Antides, my proud friend. What's happened to you this time?
The gods are not fair to Aeantiris. I spent my wealth on my gifts to you. I don't complain, that was fair. Then someone told me I could make a fortune in Messenia. But those Malakas sold me for a fortune instead. I am a slave here, and now you show up. How is that fair?
This isn't my fault. It's your pride that did this.
Yes, I, Aeantiris, am proud, and I will never be indebted to anyone. But now you save me again? Why do you keep doing this to me?
I could hardly leave you to rot in that cage, Antides.
You just can't leave me out of your heroic deeds, can you? Now what can I do? I have nothing, Cassandra. Nothing to pay my debt to you.
Antides, the Greeks are indebted to the gods, aren't they?
Of course we are. We can never repay their gifts to us. I am proud, Cassandra, but not that proud.
I am the messenger of Zeus. I'm basically a god.
What? This is worse. How can I ever repay my debt to you?
As a god, I can forgive your debt, can I not?
Yes. I suppose you can.
I could use you on my ship. Barnabas may hate me, but you'll be kept out of trouble and your debt to me will be fulfilled.
I, Aeantides, will never be indebted to anyone. Except a god. Who can resist the gods? I accept.
I'll see you on my ship, mortal.
Copies or Kofinos? What do you need?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Zeus's balls! Do you know what this is?
Broken?
It's adamantine! This stuff is priceless! And I don't mind telling you, I'm the one man in the islands who knows how to properly work it. I'll need more adamantine to fix it, though. A lot more.
Will this help? The metal looks similar.
What the... Where in Hades are you getting this stuff? No, I don't want to know.
Is this enough to repair the sword?
I wish I could say yes, but then I'd be lying. Bring me more, and I'll make you a sword fit for a god. You're back. Oh, you got it, didn't you? I can smell adamantine, and you smell good.
Here. Don't tell me you need more, because I've run out of necks to cut it from.
Oh, there's a real passion behind your words, I can feel it. I'm personally glad to say that these will do. The blood on them is a nice touch, by the way. Helps with the quenching.
I do what I can.
Wait here, this won't take long.
Cassandra, it was never supposed to be like this. Decades ago, a group of people gathered together to uphold a theory which they believed could control the universe. That the world functioned in equal parts, order and disorder. But some fell lovingly into the wicked arms of chaos, and the cult of Cosmos was born. They abused their power, casting the Greek world into eternal war. One you were created to stop. In destroying the cult, you have done what I could not. You are a hero, but this imbalance comes with a price, my child. For without chaos, there is supreme order, a loss of progression and freedom. But there is still hope. Hope in you. Hope in the future you will bring. We must fix the mistakes of the past. Use the staff. Repair the rift in the universe. The world depends on you, Cassandra. You need to be the hero again.
So, you've seen it too, then. It's beautiful, isn't it?
What are you doing here?
You killed the last member of the cult. Well, just about.
What?
It's true. I was their leader, but only for a moment, it seemed. When your brother came along, it changed everything we were aiming for.
You agreed with them? The fucking cult?
The powers that be in the Greek world weren't doing things the right way. The cult just wanted a clean slate.
By way of corruption? Dirty drachmae? They killed people in a war they made themselves.
Fueling war was one of the methods, yes. But it was controlled. Until suddenly it wasn't. And then I didn't like what we were doing anymore.
I thought Demos was on your side.
Not in the way we hoped. As you know, he's impossible to control. He worked his way to the helm, and then he held even more sway than I did.
Malaka. So you were after us?
Not you, your bloodline. People like Leonidas, like you, have always posed a threat. Then we met and you surprised me. You were nothing like Demos.
Why not just use me? I was in the palm of your hand.
You made me optimistic that you could help me bring down the cult that had become so corrupt. And you did, albeit unknowingly.
You're all the same. Selfish and fucking destructive.
It was different in the beginning. It wasn't about destruction. It was about redirection.
I just don't understand. What about this pyramid? How does it work? Why does the cult have it?
I've been trying to figure out all of that myself. It's as much of a mystery to you as it is to me. This pyramid has been worshipped by the cult for decades, and we have used it to replace the Oracle of Delphi, the most trusted person in all the Greek world. Using the people's reliance on a pantheon of dead gods would help to reshape humanity in our favor. The pyramid holds a mysterious power to see into time. But only certain people can activate it. People like Demos, and the ones in your bloodline.
But you've seen something too.
I don't know how or why, but it did show me something.
What did you see?
I saw you. In the vision, you destroyed the pyramid and you destroyed the cult. I saw what would come after.
After the cult?
We will be replaced by a new kind of order. Control under the reign of a philosopher king. There would be a movement away from the old gods towards rational society, built in a kingdom by the people, for the people. And I must find someone to lead them. But I couldn't achieve any of this with a cult and their chaotic regime. So I let them carry out their plans, and let the time of the cult of Cosmos come to an end on its own.
Wait. Did Pericles know?
I wanted to protect him, so I kept him in the dark. He would have had his own opinions, but he was never supposed to die. That is the truth.
He trusted you, and in the end you didn't protect him. Maybe he would be alive if you'd stopped them.
Gods know I would have if I could. When Demos killed him, I knew the original cause was lost. I had to retreat.
So, what happens now?
We shift focus. We steer towards a new republic under one supreme rule. A dream I'll make a reality.
But it is still a dream. One that isn't realistic.
Abandon what you know and just imagine. Forget democracy. No more blue and red. Just citizens working for a greater good.
This is crazy. It won't work, Aspasia. It didn't work.
It's not crazy. It's enlightened. Once people in Athens get wind of this, they'll come to know they've wanted it all along. Even you.
I'm not sure.
You've spent your whole life thinking for yourself. Let go. What I plan will require you to trust me. Come with me. This future's not a dream.
I can't let you do this. You've caused so much damage. You destroyed the Greek world.
You've proven you have no understanding of what we're doing. I misjudged you.
So did I.
Cassandra, there is much left to do now.
Cassandra!
A storm is coming.
I can weather any storm.
I sometimes pinch myself to make sure that I'm awake, and that all we went through truly happened.
With your writings, it won't soon be forgotten either.
The world will be better knowing. My mind is flooded with the memories of all we experienced.
Do you have a favorite?
How could I possibly decide? You opened my eyes to so much, uncovered so many secrets and mysteries that will change the course of the world. Your spear, and all it suggests. Atlantis, a cult.
None of those things are mine alone to take credit for. You were there through it all.
How could I ignore what was so clearly in front of me?
You couldn't. Which is why you have as much of a claim to all we did.
I wonder what the great Eagle Bearer will remember best from this journey.
We've been through a lot, but I'm not sure anything will ever match Atlantis.
To think, we're some of the only people to know of its existence, of your true father.
Which you promised you'd keep to yourself.
Of course, of course.
You may be leaving, but I'll find you if I have to.
I guess this is it. As much as I'll miss our conversations, this is where our paths diverge.
Where is your path taking you now?
To Thuri.
What's waiting for you there?
That's the exciting part. I have no idea.
You know what? I'm not sure anyone loves the unknown as much as you.
It only stays that way until someone cares enough to make it known. In Thuri, that someone will be me.
Will I see you again?
Our paths may cross once more, and I hope they do. If that comes to pass after all, it likely means something big is following, close behind.
Then I hope our adventures are nowhere near complete. I've never been great at saying goodbye.
To do so is to impart a sense of finality, and we have no way of knowing if this truly is goodbye.
Good luck in your travels, Herodotus. I can't wait to hear what you get yourself into.
I'll share my stories with you, so long as you bring some new ones of your own.
I can do that. Are these people harassing you?
Harassing him? We're his parents!
I told you, Mother. This is for your protection.
Protection from what, exactly?
He just got back from Delphi. Spoke with the Oracle. Been out of his mind ever since.
She revealed my prophecy. My mind has never been more clear. She said I would do unspeakable things to my parents. That Mother's blood would stain the earth. And Pater would scream to the gods in agony.
Oracles and prophecies do more harm than good. You should listen to your gut. What are you doing?
Listening to my gut. And it's telling me my parents will suffer if you don't help me.
Here we go.
You could save my parents from my vicious wrath.
You don't have a vicious bone in your body.
Quiet, Pater. Me and the Misios are talking. My sword and shield. Gifts from Mater and Pater. We must return them to my parents, so they can defend themselves from my ferocious temper.
All right, Supidio. I'll get these weapons for you. For a price.
Of course! My parents will gladly pay you for your troubles.
What?
What?
Seek out Costa, the village blacksmith. I brought him the sword to be sharpened not too long ago.
And the shield?
This will be trickier. I'll explain when you return from the blacksmith.
Can't wait.
Aphrodite on Earth. My name is Costa, at your service.
Cassandra.
Whatever you need, name it, it's yours. I could bend some metal for you, oil those rippling muscles, fix that broken spear.
I'm looking for a sword. Belongs to Supidio.
Ah, Supidio. Love that boy. Bit on the thin side, if you ask me. His parents feed him nothing.
Yes. Well, he needs his sword back.
And I'd love to give it to you. His sword, I mean. But I can't just hand over swords to every gorgeous warrior who walks by.
Give me the sword, and I'll make this a day you'll never forget.
Oh, that would make every dream I've ever had come true. There's just one tiny problem. You see, my spear is also broken, if you catch my meaning.
Shame.
But there are special flowers in the forest beyond Xerxes' military fort, planted by Aphrodite herself. They really help to, reforge, if you know what I mean.
Fine. I'll get the flowers, and you'll give me the spear. I mean, sword. I mean, don't go anywhere.
Gorgeous, Misthios. You take my breath away. Did you bring the flowers?
I can't even go flower picking without some beast trying to kill me. But yes, I have them.
Perfect! So, did you mean what you said about making this a day I'd never forget?
I'm only here for the sword. I did what you asked. Now hand it over.
You break my heart, Misthios. But I'll make good use of the flowers. Here's the sword, as I promised.
Misthios, you've returned. Did you bring the sword?
I did.
Thank the gods. I knew I could count on you. But this is only one of the items I needed. And I have 2 parents.
So tell me about this shield.
Well, according to my parents, it was stolen while I was visiting the Oracle of Delphi.
Stolen? It's as good as gone, then.
I overheard Mater and Pater whispering about it. They mentioned the cave beyond the Red Lake. Talked about the thief as if they knew her.
Strange.
Go to the cave, Misthios. Bring me back my shield. Only then will my parents be truly safe from my fury. Misthios! At last! Did you find the shield?
I did. Now, you can protect yourselves from the prophecy.
So, you found the thief?
Oh yes, cut her in half. She won't steal anything from anyone ever again.
And what about the blacksmith?
He's fine. Could use a cold bath, but he's fine.
Thank the gods.
Thank you, Misthios. You spared my parents from my wrath. Now, if you would release me.
Actually, there's something your mother and I have to tell you. Your parents are...
Very happy to have such a caring son to protect us. Thank you, Misthios. We're all fine now.
Odd family. Here, Demokritos.
Cassandra! What have you brought me?
So, I found Zeno's paradox.
You did? And what did you think of it?
The tortoise arrives at a point. Achilles, who is chasing it, runs after him. But after Achilles arrives at the same point, the tortoise has moved on. By the time Achilles arrives at the tortoise's new spot, the creature has again moved further.
Exactly. It shows how the universe divides itself infinitely.
A mathematical theory hidden in a child's fable.
Zeno was clever. Every knowledgeable old man I've ever met was an idiot. But the minds of children are endlessly wise.
It took some doing, but I found the Pythagorean theorem.
The greatest breakthrough the world will ever know. And now we have it in its original glory.
I thought it might be about the points of the triangle, but the theorem is about the length of the sides.
Astute! You're wiser than you put on. The 2 shorter sides squared, when added together, are equal to the square of the hypotenuse.
That was a lot to take in. But I think I found everything.
You did. And with this, I can finally form my grand theory. The theory that simultaneously divides and unites all the universe.
What is this theory?
Using the theorems as evidence, I intend to prove that the universe is divisible into infinitely smaller parts. As we break reality down, the parts shrink, and the space between them grows.
Once you prove your theory, what will you do with it?
Although I aim to prove that the universe is divisible, I hope that the theory can be used to unite people.
always sounds ambitious.
One can't achieve greatness by attempting mediocrity. But I confess, I have a personal motivation.
Everyone always does.
Ha! In another life, you would have made a fine student. When I was a student, I loved a poet. But I was so consumed by study, I never told her. I hope to use these theorems to show her my poetry. And maybe to win her heart.
If that's what you want to do, let's do it.
What? Right now?
You missed your chance to tell her once, Demokritos. There's no point in missing it again. Let's go.
You're right. This time I will do it properly.
Demokritos, I'm sorry.
They killed her. For it to end like this. After all this time.
You have your theorem. And the others. Read them to her. Let her see your poetry.
It's too late.
It's never too late.
You can go. In another life, she might have known my love for her. You might have been my student. Imagine the happiness we'd have known.
A wise man told me, the richest person in any land is the one who wants for the least. Don't want for the past, Demokritos.
I'll leave soon enough. But for now, I think I want for privacy. Take this and leave me to mourn, Cassandra.
Oh, thank the gods you heard me.
Sounds serious. How can I help?
I'm thirsty. Usually my husband fills me up, but I haven't seen him in a while. So, if you could just reach over there and grab me the wine.
I'm a Misthios. I don't fetch wine. Wait, your husband's missing?
Oh, well, yes, I suppose he is.
You must be drinking a lot if you didn't notice your husband was missing.
Yeah, between you and me, it's hard to notice anything after enough wine.
Your husband must have enemies or something. Someone who might want to make him go missing.
The dagger. If you're wealthy, they're your enemy. A local captain and his Malakis dagger friends visit as often as they please, demanding made-up taxes and beating my husband if he doesn't pay. Will you find him? Will you find my husband?
Don't worry. I'll find him.
Thank you. Is there anything else I can tell you?
Any idea where I should look for your husband?
He's been trying to find ways to get his shipments past the Dagger's forces on the road east of here. Anytime his carts ride by, the troops on patrol take a cut. More of their godless Malakis taxes. My husband usually waits on the road directly south of the cave until it's clear.
You mentioned something called the dagger.
I thought a Misthios would know. They're tiny blades that look like baby swords.
You said the dagger like they were a group, or...
Oh, right. The dagger. They're just men, Misthios. Greedy. Delusions of grandeur. Bleeding dry the drachmae of poor innocent slave masters like me.
I've heard enough. I'll head east and find your husband.
Thank you, Misthios.
What happened here?
Guards. Malakis got up guards. They wanted taxes. They always want taxes. Took my master up to the Distos fort. He should have paid their stupid taxes. He should have paid.
You saved me.
Surprised?
It's just... you look more like a hired killer than a hero.
Your wife hired me to check on you. She was worried.
About me?
Well, she'd had some wine.
So you have met her. Is there anything I can help you with?
I need to know everything I can about the dagger.
They have such ambition. A legendary greed. They appear to be pirates, yet they're organized, funded, well-connected. There may be more than just the Kingfisher pulling their strings.
Don't worry. Taking on shadowy organizations is my specialty. Your wife seems, nice.
She does have her tastes. Expensive ones. The dagger keep taking and taking. I don't know what she'll do if I ever run out. I know she loves me,
I'd rather not find out how much she loves me. Still, you've earned a reward. I keep an emergency stash of drachmae in a cave behind a waterfall not far from here. It's directly north of where my cart crashed. Take what you think you've earned. Just leave enough for me and my wife.
What's going on?
I'm here to check the warehouse's taxation records, but I'm being refused entry.
This matter is out of my hands.
Fine. The wheels of Evia will be greased once more. How much will it cost to get me the records?
That's not going to work this time, Agapios. The guards are under strict orders to not let anyone in or out of the warehouse. It's an order they will enforce, my friend. Take my advice. Stay away from that warehouse.
It's lucky your friend warned you.
Haha! He's just as corrupt as the rest of Evia. I fear there's nobody honest left.
Not all mercenaries are cutthroats. I can be trusted.
That remains to be seen.
What's causing the corruption?
A group called the Daggers strangling Evia with their greed. They work from the shadows, controlling the nation with bribery and blackmail. The other reason I need the taxation records from that warehouse. I'm following a parchment trail which I believe will lead me to the person behind it all. But I'm too old to be breaking into guarded warehouses. Perhaps the shine on my drachmae can convince you to do it for me, huh?
I'll get the records for you.
Perhaps there is someone left in Evia who can be trusted.
Where can I find the records you're looking for?
I'll need a lot of evidence to find the person behind the dagger. One set of records won't be enough. They'll be scattered around the warehouse. And be sure to check the guard captain. Anything important he'll have on him.
What can you tell me about the man behind the dagger?
Other than he may not be a man, only his reputation is known. Cruel, driven by greed. A living noose around the neck of Evia. If we can't find out who he is and stop him, our fate is that of the Retrias. Total ruin!
A dagger? Dramatic name. Any particular reason?
They stab at Evia without honor. From the shadows, unseen, bleeding our nation of its lifeblood. A dramatic name, perhaps, but apt.
I'll find the records. The guards don't stand a chance.
They don't deserve a chance. For Evia to survive corruption and those who spread it must be crushed. I'll wait for you here.
I found the records, Agapios.
My master will be pleased.
You're a slave.
Do I not look as you expect? Yes, Misthios, I am a slave. But I'm not without dignity. The local magistrate is my master. And I'm his most trusted servant.
We do what we have to survive.
Exactly. I don't blame my father for selling me to slavery. It's what he had to do. He got me out of my old life and gave me a chance at a better one. Nobody chooses to be a slave. But being one provides me food, shelter, safety, and security. Especially now, with Evia all but run by the dagger. They cannot see past their greed. And if they go unchecked, we may all end up as slaves. If uncovering the identity of the Dagger's leader and finally stopping them sounds like something you'd be interested in, meet me and my master in the slave market.
I'll think about it.
No. This can't... How is this possible?
Agapios, what's wrong? What have you found?
Master, it's a name. Written in the records over and over again. The name of the man leading the dagger. The Kingfisher.
Once you know the Kingfisher's real name, bring him to a court of law. He and the dagger have wounded Evia. Evia should have a chance to decide his fate.
Agapios, tell her.
When we were young, when we'd play, I was the robin. And the Kingfisher was my brother. But he died. He should be dead. I mourned him. I made him a grave. Please, tell me he's not one of them. I beg you. Tell me my brother's not a dagger.
You know your brother better than these records. If you believe this Kingfisher isn't him, then you're right.
Thank you. Yes. The boy I knew, there is no way he could be involved in this.
When your brother died, did you see his body?
No. No body at all. No sign, no word, nothing. After Mater died, Butter was not as fit to feed us as he once was. So my brother made sure we never went hungry. He would fish every day, until he didn't return.
Your brother can't have been born the Kingfisher.
Of course he wasn't. Neritos. His name was Neritos. Older than me. More trouble than me too. Fighting, stealing. But he always looked out for me.
Nothing is more important to Envia's survival than stopping the dagger. I am sorry, old friend. The Kingfisher must be dealt with whether he's your brother or not.
Yes, Master. I understand. Please, Misthios, help me uncover the Kingfisher's true identity. We can clear my brother's name and stop the dagger. Evia would be in your debt. More in your debt. The Magistrate's treasury runs deep. Your reward would not be small.
Whatever it takes, I'm in. Family can be complicated. We'll clear your brother's name and save all Evia while we're at it.
I know a farmer who's had dealings with the dagger's inner circle. If anyone's seen the Kingfisher's true face, it's him.
I should pay him a visit. Any other leads?
There is a shipwreck along Evia's southern coast, and the theater in Galkis City has been spreading the dagger's lies.
We're in a war. Ships are sunk daily. Why does this ship matter?
Because this ship appears to belong to the dagger. A slave I trust waits by the temple above the ruins in Eretria. Speak with her to learn more.
Farmer who's had dealings with a dagger. I've met your farmer. He didn't know anything important.
Did you try mentioning my name?
I didn't know you were famous, Agapios.
I'm not saying I'm famous, but in certain circles, well, my name will open doors.
You mentioned an evil theater?
The theater in Galkis City is a more potent weapon than you realize, Misthios. The dagger used propaganda to poison the minds of Evians. See what you can learn there.
You seem well connected. How is that?
For a slave, you mean? We are not without eyes and ears, Misthios. We see much, and we share it. Slave to slave. Needs, warnings, anything that might help us survive all the way from today to tomorrow.
I have enough to go on. And the Kingfisher. If I discover he's your brother, if he's the man behind the dagger.
He won't be. Return to me when you've learned all you can.
Killing him won't solve anything, Praxileos!
But we can't just sit here and let him do this to us, Idia. To the children.
You think I don't have their well-being in mind?
Well, you certainly aren't acting like it.
How dare you!
Enough, you two!
Who do you think you are?
The Misthios is right. Calm down. It's bad for the...
Speak up, stranger.
Agapios sent me. He wants to prove his brother's innocence and destroy the dagger.
His brother? Neritos? Didn't he die on...
Stop, Idia. We're in enough trouble as it is.
Tell me what you know.
Let's make a deal. Kill a man for me, Misthios. Help me, and I'll tell you about the dagger's base of operations.
We've been through this. No killing. Talk to the man instead. Make him honor his word to pay us.
Deal. I will take care of your problem.
There's a man from the dagger. He approached us one day to help them spread their agenda. We don't care about the dagger, but we need the extra income.
He wanted us and the children to spread the message of the dagger in the theater and on the streets.
He's just using you. Exploiting your children for sympathy.
And now he intends to do it for free. He stopped paying us and threatened to come after our children if we didn't continue.
I was going to kill him myself, But Idia,
We can't just take a life like that, Prexileos. That's not us.
he lives in the large house in the middle of the city. Kill him, and we'll have drachmi for you.
Listen to yourself. Talk to the man, and posture if you must. But we aren't savages. I don't want to set a horrible example for the children.
I'll deal with the man. Just make sure you pay up.
If you need anything else, or forget where to find the daggerman, speak to us again.
Mistios, I'll send the children away. Make sure this dagger Malaka doesn't get to...
Shut up! We'll find every last one of your precious kids. They'll fetch a good price.
We can discuss this.
You are in no position to discuss anything. After I've made a few cuts, they'll be free to go.
Touch them, and you'll touch nothing else.
The dagger doesn't appreciate your intrusions into our affairs.
Then you, Malakes, should get out of my way.
I'm a man that likes a little drama, so let's make this interesting. You, Mistios, seem to have a flair for the dramatic, and we are in a theater after all. So let's have you decide how this play will play out.
Get to the point.
Someone's got to die here today.
I won't let anyone die today.
If you don't make a choice between these two lovebirds, I'll kill them both.
I don't think he's playing around, Mistios.
But like I was saying, someone's got to die. But just one! It's always more fun when one lover is alive to watch the other bleed. So, meddling Mistios, tell us, who should live?
Save Idia, Mistios.
What? No! Save Prexileos, Mistios. The kids can't do
No,
without him.
save Idia, please. You'll be saving
All
more
right,
than...
time's up. Pick an ending to our little play, Mistios.
I'll save them both, but you will die, dagger scum.
Wrong answer.
Skiros! Mistios, get to Skiros! Tell Agapios!
That's where they control Evia from. Stop them!
You little...
What was that about?
I'm sorry, Mistios. They knew we talked. They threatened me. The dagger really don't like you.
You told them what you had to in order to survive. There is no shame in that.
Thank you. It's great to see you again. Have you come for some olive oil?
No. I came to talk to you about the dagger.
I've got nothing to say about that.
Look, I'm here to let you know that I'm working with the local magistrate and his worker Agapios to bring them down. But in order to do that, I need to know what you know.
You don't want to know what I know. Trust me.
Tell me!
Neritos. His name is Neritos.
No, it can't be true. I'm going to end this, once and for all.
Did Agapios send you?
Yes.
Were you followed?
No.
Are you sure you weren't followed?
There was no way I was followed. I made sure of it.
You covered every track?
Every single one.
Malaka's liar! You've led them right to me.
Who?
The dagger. Their corruption, their reach, it's limitless. They're watching that shipwreck, and I don't doubt they're watching you.
What exactly went down with the ship?
I'm not sure. All I know is that this particular ship was part of the dagger's fleet. They keep trying to salvage whatever's down there. If it's important to the dagger, then it's important to us.
How do you know the dagger is watching the shipwreck?
I see them row out to it. Men dive down and never come up. Those who do are half-drowned and terrified. They're forced to go back down again and again until they're dead. The dagger's looking for something and won't stop until they've found it.
How did you get involved in all of this?
It was my master's boat that engaged the dagger's ship. But he and many of his men perished in the ensuing battle.
I will get whatever's down there.
Thank you. Is there anything you need to know before leaving?
Where exactly is the shipwreck?
Directly south of here. You can't miss it. Some of the debris is still visible on the surface.
You must know a few things about Agapios.
Oh, I could tell you many things about Agapios. But I'll tell you the only thing that matters. He's a good man. He values trust above all else.
I have enough to go on.
Whatever's in the ship's cargo is of great interest to the dagger. If you can get it, then maybe my master didn't die for nothing. Meet me down in Eretria when you're done.
Are you hurt?
I...
Don't be afraid. You're safe.
Thank you for saving my life. Did you find anything?
I found this blade, covered in strange markings. The important item the dagger was after was a dagger?
This blade! It's used for sacrifices in the name of Achilles. That dagger must be devoted to him. Find the right temple of Achilles, and you'll find the dagger. But which is the right temple?
What will you do once the dagger's gone?
It'll be nice to live without fear, but I'm still a slave without a master.
A slave without a master is free. Agapios will know when I show the blade to him. You should find a safe place to lie low until this is over.
There's nowhere for me to go. I only have the clothes on my back.
Here, this should help you get started.
Thank you, Misthios. I'll never forget what you've given me. Freedom.
You've returned. What did you learn?
The dagger's base is on Skiros. They seem to be planning a ritual at the Temple of Achilles.
What did you learn about my brother? Is he alive? Is he the Kingfisher?
I'm sorry, Agapios. Neritos is the Kingfisher. The dagger is his operation.
Neritos always was getting himself into trouble. A temple to Achilles on Skiros, you said?
Agapios!
Stop, slave!
Stop, slave! Guards! Guards!
No! That man earned his freedom long ago. Thanks to you, the dagger's true face has been revealed and Emdia has a chance at survival. You've earned your reward. Though I fear victory will not be as simple as storming Skiros, the Kingfishers hid in the shadows for decades. There will be more to do before the end. Help me. Help Emvia.
I'll see what I can do.
Good. Good. I'll lead a small force to Smuggler's Dock on Skiros. Meet me there, and together we'll finally crush the dagger!
You say somebody stole something?
Somebody stole something? Look around! Bandits took almost everything. And worst of all, they stole my family's vase. After so many generations, it's gone.
I carry with me something passed down from my mother. I appreciate the value of family heirlooms.
It's strange how inanimate objects can generate real feeling in us, isn't it?
How much is this vase worth to you?
I pay a substantial amount of drachmi for it. A very substantial amount. Is finding my vase something you could do?
I'll find your vase, but I'll need some ideas of where to look for it.
Speak with my slave near the warehouses. I sent him to uncover what he could from other slaves in the area. Hopefully he's learned something by now.
I'll return if I find the vase. Your master tells me you might have learned something about the missing vase.
I have, but I'll need something from you before I can talk about it.
I have a working agreement with your master. We're all on the same side, so tell me what you need.
You're a rose amongst the weeds.
So, what do you need?
I'm hoping that after you retrieve the vase, you'll tell my master that I told the bandits to loot the house.
Why would you want to do that?
After the summer solstice, my master plans to give me my freedom. But I don't want it. I'm hoping that if I take partial blame for the crime, I can offer my continued servitude as atonement.
That's ridiculous. But I'll think about it. Now, tell me about the bandits.
Other slaves in the area assure me that the bandits from the northern hills of Mount Ohi are the ones ransacking the nearby homes.
The northern hills of Mount Ohi. Is there a more precise place I should look for these bandits?
The slaves mentioned there's a copper mine in the area. That's where I'd put my hideout if I was a bandit.
I'm curious why you're not excited to have your freedom.
With my master, I have purpose, responsibilities, food, and shelter. All the things I wouldn't have on my own.
With your freedom, you can acquire all that, you know.
We all have different circumstances and abilities, Misthios.
This life offers me the best chance of survival.
I will go find these bandits and get your master's vase.
Remember what we talked about when you return it to my master.
Have you found my vase?
Yes.
That's great news. Who took it?
It was taken by bandits, hiding in the copper mine north of here.
Well, you returned it, so at least there's some justice. Here's the reward I promised.
You know, your slave is very loyal. You've already granted him his freedom, but I think you should keep him on. He may even want that.
Is it true? You want to stay?
Yes, I do.
Then why didn't you say something?
It's not a slave's place to question his orders. Isn't that right, Misthios?
Even though you're a slave, your life is still your own. You should have just asked your master to stay.
Please accept my humblest apologies, Master. I will never do it again.
All is forgiven. It worked out the way it was supposed to.
Misthios, you came. We need you now more than ever. Please help us finish the dagger.
I'm in.
If the information you uncovered is accurate, it won't just be the Kingfisher at the temple. It's a gathering of the dagger's leadership. You can wipe them all out and free Evia from their control.
Agapius will not allow his brother to be harmed.
I love Agapios, but Evia must come first. When this is all over, I'll make sure your reward finds its way to your boat. Evia thanks you for your service.
So this is what's become of my brother. You've clawed your way back from Hades, back to life, only to take the lives of others.
Not from Hades, little Robin. From the ocean floor. Poseidon remained silent as I drowned. I saved me. Me! There are no gods, only mortals. Know that, and you'll know everything you need to rule this world.
Not everyone wants to rule the world. Some of us just want to live in it.
Ah, Amisthios.
Kingfisher.
No! His name's Neritos. He's not just some code name you can cross off. He's my brother. He's family.
Family is all that matters.
Yes, yes. No one has to die here. Listen, brother, please.
You've been a slave, brother, but the world is my slave. Its wonders, its wine, its people. We could be masters together. We were always meant to fly, little Robin.
Agapios! You can't trust the Kingfisher! Think of what he's done to our people! Think of the lives he's ruined!
He's my brother! I can save him! I know I can save him! Please, Master Misthios, there's no need for violence.
You know him better than anyone.
When we first met, you said I could trust you. Thank you for trusting me. Neritos, brother, remember when we were young, when we'd run through the streets of Kalkis?
Father chasing us?
He couldn't catch little birds, so little birds we became.
The Robin and the Kingfisher.
We can be again. Skiros and Evia and the dagger. We can leave them all behind.
And never return?
We can fly.
Then fly, little Robin. Fly!
No!
Agapios!
Goodbye, brother. The dagger is mine. The Greek world is mine. No one will take that from me. Not my brother, and not you. Misthios.
Agapios, my oldest friend. I never should have let you go. Why did I let you go?
You gave Agapios a great gift. He got to be free. For a moment.
A moment. I suppose that's all any of us ever gets. With the Kingfisher dead and his lieutenants crushed, the dagger's done. Evia's free thanks to you.
I hope it was worth the price.
It's freedom. It's always worth the price. Here, hero of Evia.
What happened to this camp?
Here! You know, I see why you like going on these quests. The bandits don't even put up a fight. And there's wine! Tastes a bit off, though.
Barnabas? It isn't safe here.
That's lotus flower wine. The bandits are drugged.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
Come on, old man. Let's get you home. How are you feeling?
That doesn't matter. The gods, they sent me a vision.
You drank lotus flower, Barnabas. It makes people crazy.
No, it was a divination, I'm certain. They showed me my dear Lida, my wife.
You're married?
I thought I'd lost her a long time ago, but I saw her in my vision. She's alive. We just have to find her.
I'll help you find her, but a vision isn't much to go on.
There were 3 visions. In the darkness of a forgotten cave, Lida fed a cyclops. But then I saw her drinking wine with a witch. Then I could hear her singing like a siren.
About this vision of the Cyclops.
Right. Theosa and Poseidon took my hand and led me deep into the heart of the caves of Anafi. There, I saw Lida feeding a young Cyclops.
So, Lida was drinking wine with a witch?
She herself showed me. The witch and Lida were dear friends, drinking wine together well into the night. In the background, I could see the ruins on Paros Island.
You said sirens.
Persephone showed me a painted wall. Behind it, sirens lurked. Lida was trapped. Then, Demeter warned me in her motherly voice. You dare not approach, lest your ears pollute your mind.
Good advice from both you and Demeter. But what should I use?
You believe me? Here, take this. Beeswax.
If Lida is alive, I'll find her.
No closer! Please!
I'm not here to hurt you.
Everyone hurt me because look different.
You're not the only one. I've been attacked my whole life for what I am.
You different, like me. Friends. Me Polyphemus. You little.
Sure, little. Polyphemus, I'm looking for a woman who was here.
No friend for a long time. You help make friend. Friend fish together. You like fish.
So I help you make a friend to go fishing with, and you'll help me find the woman I'm looking for.
Pretty beach. Little will see. Little will like. We go now.
There, big guy. The beach is yours now to fish all you want.
Little, think beach pretty?
It depends on who's looking at it. Sure, I think it's pretty.
But still need friend to share. Polyphemus like poetry. Can practice with you. Tell Polyphemus what make little little.
Well, I have eyes. They're nice, I guess.
Polyphemus, no lady with pretty green eyes. She nice. What else?
Nothing makes me happier than celebrating. Drinking and singing are good for the spirit.
With friend. Polyphemus love to sing. More?
I've never been able to rely on anyone the way I can rely on Varnavas and our crew. I wish my work didn't take me away from them.
Little hurt inside. Like Polyphemus. For you.
This is beautiful, big guy.
More give for little spices from pretty green-eyed lady. Only give Polyphemus ever got.
This might be exactly what I was looking for. So you have a beach to go fishing.
Only need friend.
I can't stay here, big guy. But if I ever meet someone who loves fishing and poetry as much as you do, I'll send them your way. That sound. Are there actual sirens here? I should put the beeswax in my ears, just in case.
Please, don't hurt us!
I'm not going to hurt you. I will free you. What are you doing here?
My whole life I heard tales of the siren song. A sound so sweet, men would gladly die to hear it. You have no idea how dull life is for a fisherman with a love of poetry and music.
You chose to be here.
I didn't know this is what I would find. By the time I realized, there was no escape.
I found this Havlos. What do you know about it?
That one was special. They stole it from the woman who escaped. But that was a long time ago.
This tomb is full of bloodthirsty women. Who are they?
No one speaks. They drain my blood, then boil and drink it. In their rituals, they scream into the night. I'm so tired, but I never sleep. Please save me.
So, what are you doing here?
My whole life I heard tales of the siren song. A sound so sweet, men would gladly die to hear it. You have no idea how dull life is for a fisherman with a love of poetry and music.
You're obsessed with poetry, and you're a fisherman. I have an opportunity for you to have both those things, without being held like some animal.
Anything would be better than this.
Come with me. I can't stay with you, big guy. But I think I found someone you should meet. Ευρύλοχος. This is Polyphemus. Polyphemus Ευρύλοχος.
Show you cave?
Show me everything, my big friend. This is the grandest, most spectacular shore on which I've ever laid my weary eyes. I want to see it all.
You little, but big heart. Take this. Special gift.
Welcome to my empire, traveler. I am its empress, Kirki of the Oceanids.
You live here?
Where are my manners? You must be weary after your long journey. There's some wine in my hold if you'd fetch it for us. I'm a bit indisposed at the moment.
I could use a drink. I'll fetch the wine.
You look deliciously thirsty.
All right, Empress. Let's drink.
That's it. Drink your last drink. Breathe your last breath. My subjects grow hungry.
Alaka, my head. Where am I?
About my leader, do you have any news?
In the cave I found a man. I took these spices from him.
Ah, my leader. Do you think the man you found was a Cyclops? Then she concocted an elixir from these spices and helped him to grow a second eye?
That's exactly what happened. Lida saved the Cyclops' life with magic spices.
She did! We should be careful not to use those spices. Who knows how many eyes would grow?
I found this bracelet. And a lot of pigs.
I can explain. Lida had it and was transformed into a pig by Kirki. When she was turned back into a beautiful woman, she gave this to Kirki to remember her by.
Right as always, old friend. Which means we're one step closer to finding Lida, I think.
You think correctly! The gods would never lie! Aside from Volos and Apati. But never mind them!
I found this Avlos on a siren. If you could call her that.
An Avlos! My wife always loved these! I bet she learned to play it alongside the sirens as they sung men to their deaths. Just like her.
I'll bet the sirens and Lida were good friends.
She was so mesmerizing. Her song always worked on me.
All that for a bracelet, an avlos, and some spices.
But look! I know this bracelet too well. The women of the Siege Plains wear them. These spices are native to the lands of Demeter. And this avlos is marked by a craftsman in the Parnes Mountains.
They're all from Attica.
The cave! They're all around the one known as the entrance to the underworld. It can't be a coincidence. Is that where Lida is?
There's only one way to know. Let's go.
Most would have called me crazed, but not you. You truly are my best friend.
It's nothing. Now, let's find your wife.
Cassandra. Shh. Lida?
Stop! I'll kill you if you come any closer. Who sent you? Pelenos? Adicles?
Relax. We're here on our own.
You haven't aged a day. Is this the underworld? Lida, it's me, Varnavas.
That was my father's name. I never told it to anyone.
Father? Young one, please. What was your mother's name?
The same as mine. Lida of Ithaca.
You were right, old friend. Lida survived, but not the way your visions told you. This is your daughter.
Impossible. You have no proof.
Young one, a lifetime ago, your mother and I sailed side by side. The night I lost my eye, a tempest overwhelmed us and ran us into the rocks. Lida was so brave. She roped together some of the splintered hull. I held her and I said, Don't stop paddling.
Until you reach the shore.
Oh, she told you this story. Good!
After all this time, Mater said you were a king who died fighting the Hydra. You need to know. Mater, she's...
I understand. We'll grieve her together.
I hate to interrupt, but Lida, you did threaten us with a blade. And there were bodies.
After Mater died, I took over the farm. Ever since, suitors have tried to marry me for my fortune. When that didn't work, they decided it would be easier to kill me for it.
You've been defending yourself. Let us help.
These kind of people don't stop until they have what they want. You mentioned two names?
Pelenos and Anticles. They both live nearby. I can show you where.
Let's go together.
With you by my side, we'll be unstoppable.
Right. Together. Into battle.
My mother's farm and my life are safe. With all my heart. Thank you. Both of you.
And thank you for making this old man happy again. Now, about that wine!
So now that you have your life back, what will you do with it?
Honor my mother. Protect our farm and our fortune.
I was hoping you'd join your old pater on the Adrestia. There is a woman aboard, Lola, that I met in Delos. You two should meet.
The gods sent me a sign by bringing you back to me to save this place. I can't dishonor them and Mater by leaving.
Take it from someone who lost her family. This is not an opportunity that many people get. Go with your father.
Pater, our farm is yours. One day, when you've sailed the world and want a stable home, you will have one here. But unless Demeter herself burns these silos down, I know I'm acting in the will of the gods.
You all right?
She's as strong as her mother. I couldn't be more proud. I only wish she'd change her mind.
Maybe she will. In the meantime, whenever we sail past these lands, let's make it a point to stop in and say here.
I can't believe it. Who would do this?
You asked Demeter to send you a sign. I'd say this is it. She wants you to be with your father, Lida.
Demeter is right. She always is. Staying here means living in the past. My future is on the ocean, living the life my mater was meant to live. You still have room for one more on your crew?
Welcome aboard.